So this is how, again, there's another page, edit details for the selected station of flow measurement edit form. This is the form which will come up as we saw earlier as well, for which you can first enter the station name, code, local river for which you want to enter, the division, the subdivision, the date for which you are entering, the general things about it, the gauge information, and proceed further accordingly. Now, if the station name and you don't have the station name, station code, and you want to add a new station, and for this particular thing, how do you have to do this? In the flow measurement page that we went, you first have to click on the add button for the flow measurement to be added. Once you click on this particular add button, this kind of an interface will come up with all these blank entries. So you can enter the details in similar fashion out here as well. That was the edit option from which you can edit those details. This is the new entry from which you want to edit and enter a new entry for this particular station. So in a similar fashion, you can also add a new entry for this particular station. Please also remember, once you do all these entries, please click on the save button. Until unless you click on the save button, these entries, even if you fill up completely, it won't be saved. Upon saving all these details, this is a Excel kind of a button that has been created out here. Once you click on this particular thing, you can also download all the things that you've saved out here in Excel format. We'll be also practically, when we'll be practically going up to the website, we'll be able to see it practically as well. This is just, I'm showing you on presentation. Since you will be having this presentation in future for your record as well. So from this particular presentation also, you'll be able to get a gist of what we'll be doing practically as well. Now, the flow measurement of hydrological current meter data of RD section. So you can enter all these things from this particular table. This is the same table that we saw earlier as well. Now this is how this flow measurement for another station has also been added. These these details have to be filled up, and then you can proceed further. Now this is the suspended sediment measurement part of it. Once we have done with the suspended sediment entry part of it, this is the measurement part of it. This is also, I guess there's a lot of noise coming. So once we go to the suspended sediment measurement part of it, again, in a similar fashion, we first have to enter the station name. That is, for example, we've taken as Aurelia out here. The station code, the river and division will automatically come up for this particular station name. Now, for date range for which you want the entry to be done, for example, out here we've taken it from 2015 to 2020. Once you enter all these details, this kind of a table will come up. For example, 100, the station code is 738. The river has not been incorporated out here, the division and the subdivision for this, the date range, and this kind of a table will come up. Once this kind of a table comes up, you can either from this pencil icon, you can edit this option, or if you want to enter a new particular value for this particular thing, you can add from this particular tab option as well. Now, this is what I was telling earlier as well. Click here, pencil icon, to edit the suspended sediment measurement. So this is the icon that is pencil icon that is available on the left hand side of it. Once you click here, you'll be getting this kind of an interface. So for this particular thing, you can enter the date, then define the group, the coarse, medium sediment, the fine sediment, then the computed versus informed values for this. Now, for example, you enter the station, the same that we've taken earlier, this Aurelia. Station code as 005, the river Yamuna, division Lower Yamuna, and the subdivision for this. Once you click on, as this was date, once you click on this plus icon out here, this will expand and you'll be able to enter all these details as well. Please note, this star mark things are mandatory. You have to enter it mandatorily. So first you have to enter the year, then you have to enter the month, the day, and the observation number. How many observation are you taking in a particular day? For example, if you're taking only one observation in a day, you have to enter 1. If you are taking 2 observations, you'll have to enter 2. Accordingly, you can also add up to 4 observations in a particular day. But please note the time interval should be different of each and every observation. Similarly, for the defined group, as we saw earlier, once you click on the plus icon out here, this will expand and you can enter all these values as well. Now this is the defined group of suspended sediment with compartment number, group number, and discharge data for this particular. So you can enter all these values out here itself. The coarse medium sediment of suspended sediment, compartment number, group number, and the name of sampling. All these details can be entered from this particular table that has been populated out here, and that can be entered out here. Yes. Now, once we do the entry, this kind of an interface will happen. A table will be created, and on the right hand side of it, there's an action button, which also has a pencil icon below this. So if you click on this pencil icon, you can also change the values what you have entered out here, and again incorporate those values. Now in the suspended sediment summary part of it, this is how this table will be entered once you enter all these values correctly, and you have to click on the save button part of it. So these all entries will be saved. Also you have this Excel kind of a tab that you can see on the center part of it. If you click on this particular thing, all the data that you've entered out here, you'll be having a soft copy downloaded for your reference as well. And you can keep it for your further record that this particular value has been entered at this particular period of time for your reference end as well. In a similar page, in a similar format, this kind of another page also has been mentioned for your reference. Now we'll also hop on to another part of it that we have to study today as well. That is the water quality mode, in which we have both surface and groundwater on this particular. For water quality, sample data entry is used to enter the water quality data into WIMS for both surface water and groundwater stations, as we'll see further as well. We'll be practically also looking it on the website as well, so that you'll be having even more much information of how this entry is to be done. So once we enter this water quality sample entry page, this is all the stations for which we can do the entry. These are the stations that have already been created out here. And on the left side of it, once you click on this particular thing, this is checkbox. You can, once you click on, for example, if you want to enter the value for a station, for a particular station, you can enter only on one particular checkbox. If you want to enter for multiple stations, you can select multiple stations from these checkboxes as well. So once you enter this particular checkbox, at the below part of it, you'll be seeing all these table that comes up automatically, and with an edit option as well, which has sample ID, the station name, the laboratory name, when is the collection time, and then who has saved this particular data, and when was it this particular data saved, and an edit option. And if you click on the edit option, this is how this is for surface water. On the top of it, you can see we have all entries for this. If you click on all button on the top right left corner, you have all, you'll be getting all the surface water and groundwater stations. If you only want to make the entry for surface water station, you can click on the surface water and you'll be getting all the surface water stations that are have been created here in WIMS. If you want to make the entry for groundwater stations, you have to click on this groundwater tab. Once you click on groundwater tab, you'll be getting all the groundwater stations that have been incorporated in WIMS portal.